Alright, how's it going, everybody? My name is RillaKurai, and I am putting out a tier list for World 1. So this tier list is anything that can be evoed in World 1, and it's going to be all the evoed units. Hopefully all of them. I could have missed some, and I'm sorry. And some units that you cannot evo outside at all. You can't just evo them. So we're going to start out with Itachi, which in my opinion is A tier. I'm going to put him in A tier because of he's a good burn unit. You can evo him World 1. He's hybrid on placement. He gets Black Flame at upgrade 8, but his placement cost is 2,500, and that's why he's in A tier for me. If he was, let me say, 1,500, he will be S tier. And he gets a passive. Sealing Blade every 5 attacks. This unit has a 25% chance to instantly kill enemies below 2.5% HP. Which is another thing. The only thing that puts him in his A tier is his placement cost. Now we're going to be moving on to Beast King. Beast King is B tier, in my opinion. You can tell me what I got wrong or anything, or suggestions in the comment below. Tell me what you think is A tier, S tier, B tier, anything like that. What is your favorite unit? What helped you through World 1? But Beast King is B tier because he's 1760 for placement cost. He's ground only, which is why he's B tier. If he was hybrid, eventually, if he ever gets a buff or becomes hybrid, that will buff him up to either A or S tier. Probably A tier because, actually, it would go S tier. Reasons why: because he has a bleed and he gets full AoE at upgrade 11. So being hybrid with a full AoE that bleeds, it's kind of nuts. Next we have Guts, which is our first S tier unit because of placement is 1,000. He gets bleed at upgrade 4, hybrid full AoE upgrade 9, and gets hemorrhage. It's just an insane unit to get in World 1. Plus in World 2 he gets an extreme boost. Same with Ichigo. I said Ichigo, Itachi, not Ichigo. Next we have Ippo, which is C tier in my opinion. I know my friend Bunsey. If you haven't seen him, his YouTube channel will be in the description below. He's a Roblox content creator. He does a lot of content. But I know he would probably put him higher up on the list because it's just how he is. He has different opinions. I have different opinions. I think Ippo is C tier only because there's better units out there. But he's ground only. He slows. He's 350 on placement and doesn't have an evo. The only thing that kills it for me is that he's ground only. If he was air, which wouldn't make any sense, but then again, I don't know. I haven't seen the anime. But having a slow is huge. But also being only a legendary unit that does X amount of damage is kind of bad. But again, it's only World 1. World 1 is pretty easy up to a certain point. Next we have Shinra. Shinra is another C tier unit, only in World 1. I know how he is in World 2, but he's a C tier unit because he's ground only, he burns, and his placement is 750. You may be thinking, well, that's pretty cheap, and he burns. But again, the thing that kills it is he's ground only. If he was hybrid on this Evo, that'd be crazy. Now we get Android 12. And this isn't the Evo'd picture, but I mean Evo, so which is B tier. Placement is 650. You get Fear on placement, and you get Hybrid on upgrade 3. The only thing that kills it is her damage. Actually, we're gonna put her in A tier, because she gets Hybrid, and she has Fear, which is insane. Alright, now we got Costa. So Costa, it helped me a lot through my noob to pro, but I'm sadly to say that she is C tier. One, she costs a lot. So 1250 on placement, which is a lot. It gets a bleed at upgrade 5, but it's ground only. And it just costs way too much to upgrade her, plus her damage is minimal. I mean, I guess you can get Overlord and maybe she'll be good. Still, ground only. Kinda sucks. So now we have Sukuna. Sukuna is an insane unit. This is his second Evo, or first Evo? Yeah, first Evo, which is 1500 on placement, he gets dismantle on placement, he has hybrid on placement, and he gets an ability which deals 2500% damage and applies 3000% flame damage in 8 ticks over 8 seconds in an insane circle AoE. This ability has a 400-second cooldown. If you can get this Sukuna in World 1, you'd clear World 1. It's that simple. So we got Disciple Witch, which is one of my favorite units when I first started playing, is B tier. I say B tier because ground only, which sucks, be insane with hybrid. Placement is 650. You get freeze at upgrade 3, and then at upgrade 6, you get a stun. So you lose the freeze and you get a stun at upgrade 6. This unit, if it had hybrid, would go crazy. Plus, you need a remodel and everything with these units. They keep thinking about World 2, but come on, World 1, people need to start off, they need some good looking units. So now we have Ice Admiral or Blue Admiral, which is A tier, multi-hit, hybrid full AoE at upgrade 6, and freezes. Like, it's an insane unit. Plus the Evo isn't too bad. Now we have Fire Admiral, which is an S tier unit. Placement is 350, flame on placement, hybrid at 3, and the SPA. Oh wait, no, I was looking at the wrong one. Fire Admiral is A tier still. 750 placement, burns on placement, multi-hit 3 times, and hybrid at upgrade 4, plus gets a multi-hit of 5 times. I might have to move him up to S tier anyways. He's going to S tier. He's kind of nuts. So we got Flame Emperor. Flame Emperor, also all these units are, some of them are good in World 2, some of them are not. So next one is Flame Emperor, another S tier unit. Placement 350, flame on placement, hybrid at upgrade 3, and SPF 5.5. I believe he gets full AoE, or it's a huge circle AoE. I didn't write it down in my notes. I'm reading off notes that I took, that I went through the wiki and all this stuff. So now we have Fused Warrior. Fused Warrior is a B tier unit. Due to the fact that no element or no status effect, 7 SPA, 2500 on placement, and hybrid at upgrade 9. The placement cost is kind of gross, in my opinion. 2500, you mean, if you have 3 times, you'd probably be done with the stage if you don't have a good bank, or you'd be losing already. And no status, plus hybrid at upgrade 9 kind of sucks. Ignore that I double clicked right there, it was on accident. And now we have Gas, which I believe is from One Piece. A tier unit, used to be meta way back when, the game first came out. Gas is A tier, 350 on placement, hybrid at upgrade 8, multi-hit 5 times full AoE, and a 6 SPA. Also, I'm sorry that none of the other ones say SPA. I only did a little bit of like ones that I thought would be important with the SPA rather than doing them all with SPA. So now we have Grimjaw, our first D. So Grimjaw doesn't Evo. He's ground only. He has 600 for placement cost and only has 5 upgrades, which they could have given him like a mythic or a celestial unit that turns him into his jaguar form. Hopefully do it in the future. Give us a Bleach update with some good units. But you know, Brandon over here making bank with some mid updates. I say some mid updates, all of them haven't been too bad. So next we have Guill, or Gunslinger from Demon Slayer, which is a C tier unit, 550 placement, ground only, and the only reason why he's higher than Grimjaw is because he has 6 upgrades instead of 5. Which, Guill would have been an insane unit for Demon Slayer if he would have got another Evo for later on in Demon Slayer. I'm not giving any spoilers, but he does come back eventually, and he's kind of cool. He's one of my favorite characters. So now we have Hero Hunter, which is Garo, which is S tier. 900, 450 placement, hybrid, cripple, full AoE, upgrade 6. Now, I'm not saying this because I had a glitch Garo, but glitch Garo carries you through the entirety of World 1. If you have him, you clear World 1 with just him. It's kind of nuts. I accidentally sold him because I didn't lock the unit. I know, I'm sorry. Stupidity of me of not locking my unit. And there will be a World 2 tier list. I just have to get all the evos, make sure I get it out before another update. And again, this is my opinion on tiers, my opinion on what rankings they get. I know I'm not the Nagblocks or Radinal or Otaku Gaming, if people still watch him, but it's just, these are what I think are good in World 2. Other people may think differently, like my friend Bunsey, like I said, he has his own opinions. Radinal has his own opinions. Again, let me stop talking about other content creators. Next one is Masked Ichigo, which I'm putting him in A tier because he's a pretty cool unit. No, that's not the only reason, but 550 for placement. He bleeds, but it only applies one hit, which is kind of weird. Hybrid at upgrade 6 and SPA. It's a 6 SPA. So if his bleed ticked more than only one hit, then he'd go to A tier. But since it only applies one hit, I mean, he would go to S tier, but it only applies one hit, he goes to A tier. So we got Genos, which is another S tier unit. Genos is 900 placement. He gets flame on placement, hybrid at upgrade 4 and 7 SPA. Now, if you don't know what SPA is, it's how fast the unit can attack and how long it takes for them to attack next. I know a lot of people will get confused on what SPA is, but it's basically the time intervals on which they can attack. So 7 SPA, wait 7 seconds, he attacks again. We got Lord Alien. So I didn't give any likings to, I like Lord Alien, but I'm not going to be modest or favor any units and say they're this rank because I use them. But Lord Alien I did use throughout my entirety of Noob to Pro, but he's going in D tier. He's a kind of not that great air unit, 650 to place, and he doesn't really do anything that special. He's just Frieza, but weak. I don't even think he's Frieza. He doesn't even look like Frieza. He could be Frieza. Maybe he is Frieza. But Plagueman. So Plagueman is a legendary poison unit who is S tier. You'd be like, whoa, a legendary S tier unit? Yeah. Listen to this. 600 on placement. One of the best poison unit legendaries in the game. One of the best legendaries in the game for World 1. And he gets full AoE hybrid at upgrade 3. If you haven't seen my Noob to Pro, this man carries me through Noob to Pro with All Seeing. I struggle a little bit, but I make it through. He's an insane unit. He's just one of the best legendary units. Next, we have Shadow Commander, which is Igris. He's going A tier because bleed on placement, 550 placement cost, hybrid at upgrade 6, and a 10 SPA. The only thing that kills him is why he's S tier, A tier, because it's a 10 SPA. I might bump him down to B because of that 10 SPA, but I know a lot of people are like, whoa, you hate on Igris. No, he's just, that's how I feel about the unit. I've never seen the anime. I bet the anime is sick, and I bet it's overhyped because a lot of people overhype anime or get like really into it. Next, we have Shadow Tanker. I don't know who he is in the anime, but he is he's an S tier unit, 850 placement cost, hybrid full AoE. He gets a cripple, but at upgrade 3, he gets an AoE line upgrade, which is kind of meh, but he still gets the cripple all the way through. Again, no favoritism, but he helped me through it when I first had him. I think his first upgrade was better, in my opinion, because he was hybrid and cheaper to place. But again, he's an insane unit. If you don't have him yet, farm out that raid for those Shadow Essence. Crazy unit in World 1. He needs an extreme boost in World 2 because that'd be kind of sick. Next, we have Zenitsu from Demon Slayer, which is B tier. 700 placement cost. He does bleed and electric. Full AoE at upgrade 3. The only thing that kills it is he's ground only. I know. I'm sorry. Zenitsu's sick in the anime. Well, I wouldn't really say sick. He's definitely a character. Now we have Sunjin Wu, which is another S tier unit, which 520 placement cost. Bleed, he gets flame at upgrade 3, and then he gets hemorrhage at upgrade 6, and an ability at upgrade 13. Plus, he gets a passive, Rise. Deals 4 times Sun Wu Winter's damage to enemies in his AoE. This ability has a cooldown of 45 seconds. This will be changed to a Rise by upgrade 13. I just copied and pasted it, so you know. He's an insane unit, but you have to get him from the raid, and you need 2 Igrises and 2 Shadow Tankers to Evo him. So he's kind of a pain to Evo. For our next S tier unit, we have Tanjiro. An insane unit for World 1 again. 550 placement. He gets Flame and Bleed on placement. Hybrid upgrade 3 and SPA of 4. This man helped me out through Noob to Pro like crazy. That Bleed and Flame, if you got Overlord, Avatar, you clear World 1. He's just an insane unit. So now we have Water King. Water King is C tier. You're probably wondering, why is he not lower? Why is he not D tier? 650 on placement. He gets 10 upgrades as a legendary unit. An AoE circle at upgrade 10. He has a thing called Poison Throw, but he doesn't get poison. If he got poison, he would be B tier. Or even A tier, or maybe even S tier. Because if he poisoned with 10 upgrades, that would be nuts. He'd probably be better than Plagueman. Actually, no, because Plagueman is full AoE. He'd probably be B or A tier. So now we have Kizame, which is a B tier unit. I know, don't yell at me. I'm sorry. But a B tier unit because 1400 per placement cost. Ground only, but he does slow. I favor hybrid units. I love hybrid units. There's Thorn Queen in World 2. I forgot her name. She's from Spy X Family, but she's not hybrid, but is an insane unit and has weakened. But then again, you could also use the King Pendragon Caster, which is just better, sadly. But if Kizame had hybrid, he'd be an insane World 1 unit. If, like, some of these units had hybrid, Zenitsu, if he had hybrid, insane. But moving on to Gojo, which is an S tier unit. 752 place. Hybrid full AoE, and then gets a stun at upgrade 5. He's just a crazy unit. Insane unit, plus he's just Gojo. I know how people love Gojo. So next we have Swordsman, which I don't know what the hell he's from, but a B tier unit. 550 on placement for placement cost. He gets bleed on placement, hybrid at upgrade 6, but the only thing that kills him for B tier instead of A tier, he only has 6 upgrades. And he's a mythic unit, I believe. Now we have Mist Dragon, which is an S tier unit. We're going in double columns for S tier right now. She is S tier because 400 placement, hybrid slow on placement, and at upgrade 7 is a full AoE cripple. Which is kind of nuts in my opinion for a World 1 unit. Nezuko, another S tier unit. The only thing that kills it for her is farming out the horns for the Evo, but 750 placement cost, gets bleed / flame on placement, and at upgrade 6 is a hybrid full AoE. And her SPA is 8.5. If you get a good triple S, that could probably be toned down to like 7, which is still insane. I don't know. Nezuko is an insane unit. You get like glitched or Overlord, or even, yeah, Overlord can probably solo World 1 with Nezuko if you go that far to Evo her. So Whitebeard. People are going to hate me for this, but he is D tier. He is complete trash. Do not even get him. The reason is he's 1450 to place. His damage is abysmal. And he gets hybrid at upgrade 4. He is just a terrible unit. don't even go for him unless you want Index. And he has an Evo, but his Evos, you can't get that till World 2. Water Breather Master is an insane unit. So 500 on placement, he gets slow on placement, and at upgrade 6 he becomes hybrid, bleed, and slow, and he does like 5 million damage. He is an insane unit for World 1. Even World 2 if you get like Avatar or Glitched. He is an insane unit in general. So we have Dark Captain. I know it's not his Evo, but like again, I'm going to put in units that don't have Evos, one that Evos in World 2, and ones that I think are just good that people can look out for. So Dark Captain is C tier. I know. Bad for Yuno. I believe that's his name. Don't get me wrong. Could be Yuno. I get Gray and Yuno confused all the time. He's 600 placement. He's ground only, and he gets a slow at upgrade 4. Again, if he was hybrid, he would be really good. But he's ground only. People may think that's terrible to look at, that he doesn't get hybrid and he's a bad unit. No, he's not a bad unit. It's just, in my opinion, if he had hybrid, he'd be better. So we have Payne. Payne is another S tier unit, which you can get from the raids. 800 placement, hybrid at upgrade 4, and then he gets a slow when he becomes hybrid. Plus his damage is insane. Another high million damage unit. I believe it's like 8 million. I could be wrong. I didn't put that down in my notes. I could have put the damage down and I totally forgot about it. Next we have Griffith, which is another S tier unit, but it's kind of hard to get. 850 placement. He gets Dismantle on placement, and at upgrade 7 he becomes full AoE hybrid with a Fear. He is just a crazy unit. If you want to farm through portals to get him, go ahead. But if you don't, then wait till World 2 and go back and get him. So next is Toji, which in my opinion, Bunsey will probably hate me for this because this is one of his favorite units that helped him out through World 2 in his first Glitched. Toji is A tier. He could do a little bit more damage, but he's A tier because 800 placement cost, hemorrhage on placement, and he gets upgrade 6 with the full AoE hybrid. The only problem I have with him is that he's just could be better. He could get bleed hemorrhage World 1, but he could get a little bit more damage. If he had a little bit more damage, he would be better. Now we have Boifu, Ormetal Knight from AA, which is C tier. Complete trash unit. Actually, do I even want to put him in C tier? You know, put him in D tier. He's a pretty bad unit, even with Glitched. I don't think he even reaches 1 million damage with Glitched. He 450 the placement, a hybrid unit, and he's a secret unit that is just trash. At least, I forgot Hay. Hay would be S tier. Hay would be A tier. Totally forgot Hay. So now we have Akaza. Akaza is C tier. One, you get him from portals. His placement cost is too high for my opinion in World 1. He gets a 1500 placement cost, and he gets hybrid at upgrade 3. The only thing that kills it is you have to get him from portals. Meteor Guard is A tier. 650 placement, flame at upgrade 5, and upgrade 6 of full AoE, which is kind of nuts for World 1. Another decent flame unit. Ice Baby is next, which is B tier. 1350 placement costs, inflicts freeze on placement, and upgrade 4 gives a full AoE hybrid, which is kind of nuts. The only thing I think would put him in B tier is his cost, 1350. Again, you'd probably get that much if you have decent amount of banks. You probably get an upgrade 5, depending on how fast you're killing these units, and how fast and how far you are into World 2, into World 1. So if you're in far enough, like let's say 6 stages in Hero Association, probably he would be A tier, but just starting off, he's B tier. If you get him, that's fine, but I wouldn't use him right away because you would probably have to place in the back. There's nothing wrong with that. I just like placing in the front because it's just what I'm used to. So Ice Emperor, which is from a story stage, A tier. This man needs a buff. He needs an Evo. He needs something. An extreme boost maybe, but he just needs more. 500 on placement. He gets hybrid and cripple at upgrade 3. And then a full AoE that becomes bigger, which each upgrade after upgrade 3. He's just a decent unit. The only thing that puts him in A tier is his pity and the low percentage of getting him from the stage. He was one of my favorite units in World 1, but he's going A tier. Now we have Mad Tough, which is C tier, 500 on placement, full AoE on placement, hybrid upgrade 4 becomes a circle. So now if he was still full AoE and gets a cripple at upgrade 4, instead of getting a circle, I would say I would bump him up to A or B tier. But he's just a damage dealer, doesn't even get a cripple, and becomes a circle. If he was full AoE with a cripple, I'd A or B tier. But he doesn't get anything, so. Next is Gerp Cannon. A tier unit, in my opinion. Somebody can argue and say he is not. The only thing that makes him A tier is he has 125 pity, which kills it for me. Hybrid on placement. A placement cost is 1,000 yen. And then multi-hit at upgrade 4 with full AoE. Again, the only thing that kills it for me is the 125 pity, or else he'd be S tier. Vesh, which is Voss from some anime. I totally... Trigun? Trigun. Is it Trigun? I don't think it is. It might be. Could be wrong. Ground only. Terrible unit. 300 placement cost and only does 90k damage. Not even multi-hit, not even full AoE, not even hybrid. He's just a garbage unit. Next we have Zot. Zot is A tier, 450 placement, full AoE upgrade 3, and then becomes at upgrade 7 gets a cripple and a cone AoE. Pretty good unit. I don't know if he's hybrid. Steven, put it on the screen if he is. And if he isn't, then don't put anything. Next we have Saitama, which is A tier. So Saitama, in my opinion, is A tier, which people argue S tier, S tier. The only thing that kills it for him is he's 5,000 the place. 5,000 the place in World 1. Who is making 5,000 in World 1 without finishing the stage? You could just be doing an infinite for him. You could just be killing all the units and putting your bank down. But if you don't have 3 times, I don't know. If you're making 5,000 in World 1, that's kind of nuts. But that's just me. So now we have banks. I don't really have any stats for them. I would put Pride in D tier. So Pride. So I would do Speed Card first because Speed Card is better than Pride. And then I'd put Pride after him. Pride is D tier. And Speed Card is B tier. Because Speed Card gives you more money. But it's been RillaKurai. I hope you guys enjoyed this tier list of World 1 units. Let me know if I forgot any. I feel like I did. And if I did, I'm sorry. I did. I forgot Shinobu. Shinobu would be A tier. Insane poison unit. She's from the second raid. But she's ground only. So that's the only reason why she's A tier. If she was hybrid, she'd get S tier. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. And if you did, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. But tell me what units you used in the comment section below. Tell me what you want to see. If there's any other games you want me to play, let me know. I'll play Vanguards. I'll play all of them. But the name's RillaKurai. I'm uploading videos daily, nightly, never so delayly. Hope to see you all in the next episode. Peace.